and we don't need a full recitation. You're correct. But I do want to make the statement that we have to make sure that when we are espousing that we're a society of law and order, like I hear quite a bit, we should follow the rules. We should follow the rules. Well, the rules have to start with yourself. You have to follow the rules. If you're going to demand others do, you have to do it as well. You have to be the example, especially when you're an elected official, because the public is looking to you to make decisions that are in the best interests of the children here in the Ocean View School District, but in other offices, the best interests of people in general. And we look to our elected leaders for as an example of morality and ethical behavior. And it's very upsetting to get reports from multiple people out in the community stating that they're upset by the behavior of one of our trustees. And this is repeated behavior and activities. I heard that from my colleague at the end of the dais that it was okay. It's okay for me to go out and to solicit signatures for a recall on this space, which is at a school site. But in fact, the AYSO soccer league rents that school site, rents those fields. So in fact, they're in charge of what they allow and don't allow. And they weren't pleased at all to have one of the trustees out there badgering, going around and asking others to sign a recall petition for a city council recall. That has nothing to do with us. And it's not something that a board member should be doing on our own land while others are renting it. Okay, that to me is inappropriate. It's unacceptable, and it was harassing other people. They didn't want the trustee there. They didn't want it. And I got multiple complaints about it. And they call me and they say, Gina, what are you going to do about this? Why do you continue to let this guy do this kind of stuff? And I say, well, the only recourse we have is a censure. Okay, that's what we have. Unless the AYSO calls the police and says he's trespassing. That could have happened too. That's a violation of the law, trespassing when you're unwanted. That's penal code. That's beyond board policy. So that's concerning. Also concerning is that the claim that the trustee did not do anything wrong when he called the charter school. In fact, the charter school folks reported directly to me that he called and he offered furniture for them to buy. Okay, let's go now to on page 37. It says, whereas board bylaw 9200 delineates limits of board members' limits board members' authority and states individual members of the Board of Trustees by virtue of holding office shall not exercise any administrative responsibilities with respect to the schools or command the services of any school employee. So it is the responsibility of the superintendent and her designees to be able to offer those items up to any particular school, including our renters over at the Sycamore Creek Charter School. So that's absolutely a violation of board bylaw 9200. And I could continue on and on. The bottom line is it needs to stop. And I concur with Mr. Clerk that it doesn't do much, it seems, but it does actually, because these censures are piling up. And where will it matter? It'll matter in the next election at the ballot box. Because if voters ask us to do something about this inappropriate behavior, and we do, which is to write a censure and have it come before the board to be debated on its merits, and these censures are passed, they're reported on, then the public gets to know about the behavior. If you want to be an honorable elected official, you need to act like one. Colleagues, you each have another 5 minutes to speak if you'd like. I'm going to let Trustee Westwell speak